Hey, hey, welcome back to another episode of the She's Making an Impact podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Ngom. Let's talk TikTok. And before you get a little intimidated, don't worry. We're going to make this easy peasy lizard squeezy for you. Just like little things. If you want to start doing TikTok for your business, what are some really simple ways that you can get started so you can go viral quickly? And you get to hear me ask questions as someone who doesn't even have the app on her phone. So I got you. Before we dive in, if you have not yet left a review of the show, please go do that. That helps us reach more people, make a greater impact. And it is my love language, podcast reviews. So go do that. Take a screenshot before you hit submit and then email it to us, clientcare@rachelngom.com. And then I have a little gift as a way to say thank you. All right, let's dive in to TikTok. Hey, Molly, welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you?
Awesome. Let's dive in. Tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Yeah, so I have been a business owner for almost 20 years now, which is crazy to me. But I basically got started, I like to tell the speed dating version. I got started as a photographer, dropped out of school, grow a photo studio to 6 figures. People asked me how I did it, started selling courses and digital products, grew that to $2 million a year. And now I just help people create their own digital products for passive income online.
Sweet. Okay. So that's quite the evolution.
Yeah. It's like, I have to tell the speed dating version or it'll take the whole podcast.
Totally. Okay. But now you're doing a lot of things on TikTok, which I don't think we've covered on this podcast. So I'm like, sure, let's talk TikTok. It's one of those things that to me is like, I don't want to say intimidating, but it's like just another thing that I'm like, I don't want anything to do with it. Lizzie is our social media manager. So I'm like, you could do it. Like, just don't involve me. So why TikTok? Let's start there. And like, what are some of the results you've been seeing on the platform?
Yeah, so I totally feel you about like not wanting to do another platform.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I have recently tested just repurposing clips from my YouTube videos to shorts, Instagram reels, and TikTok.
Yeah.
And the good news is it works fantastic for YouTube shorts and Instagram reels. And unfortunately, does not get a lot of views on TikTok. But I have good news for you on TikTok. So first, I want to share what not to do because I will save you the time and energy and money because I've paid my team to test that. All right. Well, I will tell you what does work on TikTok is honestly, it's trends. That's what works really well on TikTok. And the good news is you don't have to do like the dancing trends or the pointing trends. Like that's honestly all.
Thanks God. When I saw all that, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's all very 2020. I think all the Zoomers would make fun of us being like, that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
But what is the thing is what, like, I'm sure you know what your niche is. So go to TikTok and type that in. So for me, I would type in like ebook, digital product, courses, like those different keywords. Type those into TikTok. TikTok's actually a really powerful search engine. And it will show you the top TikToks that have been made by other creators in those niches. So you can now look at those and go, oh, wow, these creators have gone before me. They've created these TikToks that have worked. If I just model these TikToks in my niche with my personality, with my spin on it, these are likely to go viral. And that's exactly what happens. So even though unfortunately it's not a great platform for repurposing, it is a very easy platform when you just model the things that have already worked. And also, I think on Reels, it's called a duet, but on TikTok, it's called a stitch. And I've had very great success when someone shares their opinion about something, stitching that and sharing my opinion about it. And that has like gotten tons and tons of views. And
what is that? Is that where like you have a video and then you're like reacting to the video?
Yeah. So for example, the one that I've done recently,
ignorant on the platform.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. One that I did recently was there was a girl going off about how much money she made on Etsy. And when you actually dove into it deeper, I think she was like bragging about how she made like 15 grand or something. But when you looked at her screenshots, it was 15 grand over like 3 years. And also I've done a lot of research on Etsy, not saying you can't sell on there or shouldn't, but like for me personally, like they take too many fees. There's not enough upsides. I'd rather just have my own business and sell my digitals on my own website. And so I stitched that, basically like sharing the stats of how you can make so much more money doing it essentially my way. So, if you can essentially take someone's opinion and stitch it with your own opinion, it's going to be really great for your channel.
Okay, cool. What are some of the things you've done to go viral?
Yeah, so it's really going to be, I really call this like my viral TikTok strategy. And that's again, where you just go on the search engine, type in a keyword that has to do with your niche, and then see what types of TikToks are doing well in that niche. So for example, I think when I typed in ebook, there was this girl who listed like all these different types of ebooks that sell really well. And she had like a specific way that she did it. Like she set it to music, and you basically look at how they do it and then you just model that. You're not copying what they're saying. You're just modeling like the vibe, if you will, of the TikTok that they've created. And it has been flawless for me every time. So I'll give you one example I did. I was researching other creators in my niche, and there was this girl who I scrolled through all of her TikToks and I was like, oh my gosh, every single TikTok where she's giving a Canva hack step by step, she's going viral. So I was like, well, I'll just do a Canva hack. And I mean, obviously that's going to attract my ideal people, because my ideal people are, like business owners, people who are using Canva. So this is the very first one I went viral with. I was like, well, I'll just model what she's done with a different Canva hack, which is exactly what I did. And that has over 500,000 views. And that was one of my first TikToks I ever did. I just modeled what I saw other creators in my niche doing. And it really can be that simple. I think the hardest thing for people is just making the time to actually do the TikTok. So I do that like a recurring task on Asana or something to actually do it.
Okay. How do you turn like a viral TikTok into actual customers?
Love that question. So it's actually really easy. You're just going to use like a link tree. If you guys don't know what link tree is, it's essentially it's not an app. It's just a link that you put in your link in bio that then links to other links. I don't really even know how else to explain it. If you go to my TikTok, it's just Molly Kaiser. You can click on my link tree and see how it works. But I don't pay for Linktree at all. It's 100% free. And essentially what happens is people find your TikTok, and if they don't resonate with it, they'll just keep scrolling. And if they do resonate with it, then they'll typically follow you, like it. And sometimes they'll go to your profile to check out more, and then they'll click your link in bio. We actually get the most clicks to our link in bio from TikTok, and we have like a third of the followers than our Instagram. And those can turn into, basically what they do is they find the TikTok, they go to the link tree, and then we have free downloads. So they put in their name and email to get the free download. They get on our email list, and then we sell them our products that way.
Cool. How often do you need to be publishing on TikTok?
Yeah, so it really depends. I basically went from 0 to over 7,000 followers in 2 months. And then I essentially didn't really post anything for a while, and I was still getting traffic from it every single day, because people do use the search engine. And when you do have a video that takes off, it's going to rank in the highest ranking when they search for that thing. So I wouldn't recommend neglecting your social media, but I would say that it does vary. I would say the optimal thing you can do is like multiple posts per day, if you want to be like the most optimal. But I would just say start with what works for you. Like if you can commit to 1 TikTok a week, then you can start to see the results. You're like, okay, I'll do 2, then I'll do 1 a day, kind of stack. You're basically just habit stacking so that you actually stick to it.
Okay. Do you batch these? Do you do it like once a week? You do a bunch of them?
Oh, absolutely. So with the repurposing of the clips on like shorts and reels, I don't batch those because my team does that. But essentially what I'll do is once a month for 1 day, I'll batch, once a month for 1 day, I'll batch 30 trends basically and I always find the trends on TikTok. I never find the trends on reels.
Okay.
And post them on TikTok.
What's a trend?
Okay. So a trend, I mean, if you've been on reels or TikTok, you've probably seen where people are recreating the same thing. So it's essentially like a certain sound bite
Okay.
that you can click on that soundbite and then create that video. Does that make sense?
Yes. I've seen it on Reels, but I literally don't have the TikTok app on my phone. So I don't know.
Yeah. Reels just copied TikTok. That's all they did. Like they literally
Right.
just copied TikTok. And the crazy thing is, I always kind of make fun of Instagram. I know it's everyone's number one favorite thing, but to me, Instagram is just like, what's like a good copycat clothing brand? I don't know. Like, what's like the Target clothing brand? I can't even think of it. But it starts with an M, I think. Anyways, yeah,
No,
that's it. Mosamo or something.
something like that.
Instagram is the Mosamo. But basically what I mean is like TikTok came up with this whole shorts platform thing.
Right.
And what I notice is that the trends happen on TikTok. And then literally like a month later, they happen on Instagram.
Yeah.
And if you can find your trends on TikTok and then post them right away to TikTok and Reels, you will be ahead of the game, especially on Instagram, because the people on Instagram won't have seen that trend yet.
How do you
And
find these
they'll,
trends?
yeah. So what I do is I personally am just like a huge fan of TikTok. So for about 30 minutes every night before bed, I'm just scrolling TikTok. I personally enjoy it. And if I find a trend that I like one trend that's happening right now is they'll show an accident that's about to happen, not like a car accident, but like someone's sledding and they hit a jump. But then they'll freeze the video in midair and there's a song that's like, dumb ways to die. And that's like one of the trends that's happening right now. And I haven't seen it at all on Instagram. So if you were to take that trend and put it on both, you'd probably get a lot of views. You obviously have to, an important piece is to model it for your niche.
Okay.
So like if your niche is digital products and it's about snowboarding, that's probably not going to get you any sales.
Right.
But if if you just joked around about like getting a paper cut at the office or something for that trend, and then you
Right.
can sort of mix it in with your niche, then it would be more likely to attract your ideal clients.
Okay. Let's say we're just getting started on TikTok. What are some of the things we should do right away to help us grow our accounts quickly?
Yeah, I would say with TikTok, like they're going to push your videos out regardless of your follower size.
Okay.
And that's kind of the cool thing about the new algorithms. And like YouTube has also adopted this. I think Instagram has also adopted this, where it no longer, like followers literally no longer really matter unless it's for,
Woohoo.
I guess, like Instagram stories.
Yeah.
But when it comes to actually like, shorts, reels, and TikToks, they're not only pushing it out to your following and waiting for them to see how they like it. It's like the algorithm has changed from what I've been taught a lot recently. So my point is there's really nothing you need to do. You would just, select your handle, put your link in bio, and you do get one sentence to describe what it is that you do. So I help blank do blank, and then you can just simply start posting videos, and there's really no hacks or anything. I will say Instagram has announced that hashtags don't really matter, but I will say that I do believe they actually do matter on TikTok because it essentially ranks you for that search in their search engine when
Got
you
it.
use that hashtag. So I do find that they are important on TikTok.
Okay. So on TikTok, you need to put like a description of the video in addition to the video with hashtags.
Yeah. So on TikTok, you only get, I think it's maybe one sentence as like your description. I wouldn't say the description is that important. I would say that I find the hashtags are more important. So for example, my one that went viral, hopefully you guys know what this is because I'm not going to swear and say it, but I wrote like FML on my post because it went with what I was posting.
Right.
But like, that's not like a description, right? But that's kind of how people do it on TikTok. They'll just put like an emoji or like a little saying. It's very Zoomery, I find. I don't know. But then the hashtags, I put like hashtag Canva hacks, hashtag whatever I think people are going to search on TikTok. that is what I'm going to use. And I can't think of the exact amount of hashtags they give you, but you really don't want to do more than like maybe 4 or 5 max.
Okay.
It's more important to think about what are people going to search that this would actually be a good fit for. You don't want to say like oranges and then it has to do with Canva. Like that's not going to help you at all. So yeah.
Okay. What else do we need to know?
I would just say, honestly, like I just find TikTok to be relatively easy. And I just think that the majority of people just aren't taking the time to actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally get it because I do feel like, right now in 2023, I mean, it feels like there's so much more content to create than when I got started in 2014. Like when I started in 2014, I had a blog. That was it. Like that's pretty much all I had. And now it's like, oh, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on this. So I would say the most important thing if you're just starting is pick one platform to get started with.
Yeah.
Pick a platform that you're going to enjoy. And don't think too hard about, are my people going to be on this platform? Because I mean, everyone's pretty much on every platform at this point. The number one objection I hear about TikTok is like, oh, it's only for kids. Like no one's on it. Excuse me, there's like 150 million people on TikTok. Like everyone's on TikTok. I get TikToks from literal grandma creators who have millions of followers. So it doesn't matter about your age. It doesn't matter any of that. Just, I think you should focus more on what's the platform that you enjoy, because if you enjoy it, you're more likely to actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't enjoy it and you don't actually take the time to do it, then that's not going to help your business at all.
Totally. Okay. What does it mean to make an impact?
Oh, that's a great question. For me, I really like to help more women make more money. If you look at the stats, I think it's only 10% of women-led businesses ever even make it to 6 figures. And that infuriates me beyond all belief. And like women still make, I think it's like 80 cents to the dollar or something. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if that's not the exact quote, but it's something like that. And it infuriates me when some men to this day still think that, oh, it is still equal. It's not equal. And me making an impact is helping more women make more money online, whether it's in addition to their 9 to 5, they can sell digitals on the side, or if they want to eventually go full time with it. And not only helps you make more money, but you then get to impact people. So it's like a double whammy. And you get to do something that you love and have the freedom to do it.
Cool. What's one of the best books you've read?
Oh, that's a hard one. So many books. Let's see. Okay. So I really like marketing wise. There's this book by Russell Brunson called Expert Secrets.
Right there.
And yeah, I
literally refer to it like on a daily basis.
Yeah. I saw your ClickFunnels award. That's awesome. Yeah, I really like, he has 3 books, but Expert's my favorite. Yeah. And I think it's the best for when you're trying to learn your voice and like how to actually connect with your audience online. So that's definitely one of my top ones.
It's a good one. I refer to it over and over again. Where can we connect with you?
Yeah. So my website, we just launched a new website. You'll have to check it out. It's freedomcreator.co. And I have loads of freebies, templates. I actually have a free how to record 30 reels or TikToks in one day. So go snag it.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Molly, for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.